welcome to another episode of Football Talk Podcast. My name's Ozzie and I'm here with my co-host Sid. How's it, Sid?
Thank you. How are you?
Good, nice little headset, mate.
It's looking trendy, isn't it? Getting trendy, this one.
Like you like to play Fortnite or something?
Huh? No, I don't play those games, sorry.
Start with game week 24 and game week 25, but we won't review each match, but I think that will take quite a bit of time today. So I want to highlight some of the teams that I feel like have been sort of like a standing point since the restart. So one team I feel like have done really well is Sheffield United. I think in the past week they've beaten Wolves and Chelsea, who are rivals in the top four places as well. How would you sort of measure their performance since the restart, and how well do you think Chris Wilder has done being a newly promoted team as well?
Sheffield United, regardless of where they finish the season, I think would be a major achievement. And I think it's a testament to their players, the manager, the structure and everything. And since the restart, they've been solid. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I think we beat them. I'm not sure. I think we've beaten a lot of teams since the restart. But anyway, easy. Why's your face out?
You were quite high praise last week.
All right. Anyway, let's not digress. But anyway, their performance has been really good. And, if you look at the Chelsea game, 3-0 victory, I don't know, this might be controversial, if they played well or Chelsea just played badly. Regardless, they still managed to win 3-0 because if you look at it, but Chelsea's defence was just shocking. That back four is shambolic. And if you think you're going to challenge they're not going to challenge next season, but, be competitive. If you still got that back four, forget it, my friend. So, again, I don't know Chelsea played badly or Sheffield United played really well. But either way, 3-0 is 3-0. And, they beat Wolves as well, which is not an easy feat, because a lot of people struggle to break down Wolves, or even get a point from Wolves. And Wolves have, again, been one of those surprise teams of the last 2 years. But generally, back to your question, I think Wilder, he deserves to be in the running for manager of the season, but you can't kind of take that away from Klopp because what Klopp's achieved is, sensational, So.
Say that, I thought he's going to say, Ole's going to be magic of the year. You can't be a little biased sometimes, isn't it? So.
No, not to that extent, my friend. Not to that extent.
So, but I agree with you. I think obviously Klopp fully deserves the manager of the year award. Obviously, this has been a work in progress for Liverpool in terms of since he's joined the club. It's been a number of years, so it's sort of gradual process. But credit to Wilder. I think he's done a fantastic job because they haven't recruited too much. Now they bought a couple of players in January, and
it's a tight budget, isn't it?
And an attack budget as well. So they did buy the Norwegian Victoria Berger from I think Salzburg. So so that's the team that Liverpool played earlier on in the Champions League. And he scored a nice goal over there as well. So I think they're making great progress. And for them to even be challenging top four, it's like overdue. But at the end of the day, he's doing really well. I think the key to their success has been their defense. They're very solid. I know they play quiet at the back, but at the end of the day, they concede very little goals. Attack-wise, they're quite clinical as well, so they'll score that goal like they did against Wolves later on in the game. So
they've got a really good goalkeeper as well, isn't it?
Anderson, quality. No bias in there. I think he's probably been one of the best young performers of the season, if I'm honest with you. Question for him is that would he stick around for another year at the club, or would he go back to United? So I think that's probably another question for another time. But I think they fully deserve. I think they've been fantastic. It's been sort of like a pressure fresh air as well in terms of having a new provider team come in and just play with no fear as well, which is quite nice to see as well at the same time. So, yeah, I think they've done really well, to be honest with you.
They should be proud, I think.
So another team that has been challenging for top four is Leicester. Well, they're currently fourth right now. Well, the way Man United fans were growing up, all you guys were like third, United coming back and all that. It's still fifth, so quite surprised to see the league table earlier today. What do you think's gone wrong for Leicester since the restart? Because they were hitting form prior to the Premier League at standstill. Do you think it's down to injuries, or I think they've rotated quite a lot? I think on a weekly basis as well. So I don't know if you saw the interview of Brendan Rodgers the other day, and I thought that was so negative from a manager, where they're still fourth place. So if they had that positive sort of attitude, they can still nick fourth place and qualify for the Champions League. But he was just like, we're not good enough. We don't have the squad depth. We're not consistent. Like, that's such a negative sort of way of talking. Some people might say it might spur people on, but for me it's just like kind of a slap in the face in terms of, even like you said, Sheffield United may have overachieved this year, but they've done really well. And it's probably the same as Leicester, but the season, there's a few more games left, so you need to try and do as much as you can. So what do you think's gone wrong for Leicester?
I don't think anything you can pinpoint anything. I think you also got to appreciate it's a mind game as well, because you got to imagine if you're on like a run, you've got it in your head where let's keep it up. There needs to be that consistency. We need to go all guns blazing to ensure we've got that top 3 position. Then COVID comes, it kind of messes up the flow, and maybe it's fatigue. It's training isn't there, but I just think that Leicester have effectively, they're taking their foot off the pedal, and you can appreciate United have caught up, so that's a factor, but Leicester have literally put themselves in that position where they wouldn't have been in a month, 3-4 months ago. Do you see what I'm saying? And it was always, the last spot was always Chelsea United. So to have Leicester in that equation, you mentioned rotation, but I don't think that's, it is, because if there's not depth in that squad, you'll struggle, because if United did the same thing, we won't be getting those same results either. So that, for me, you're right, it is a rotation thing, but I honestly thought, and I did say a couple of weeks ago that they had done enough to secure Champions League, but it looks like it's coming back to bite me, because clearly their performances aren't there, confidence isn't there, and I just think you're right. What is Brendan Rodgers saying to them? Well, clearly not enough, not the right things, because it's like when you're growing up and the teacher just constantly puts you down. You're just going to be like, do you know what? Forget this. Your attitude will just change. So, of course, football, you forget, is a physical thing, but also a mental thing. If you're not right up there, you might as well forget it, my friend. So I think it's a disappointment for Leicester, but again, would we have expected Leicester to be there in the first place? Realistically, no. So it's an achievement for them, but they will see it as a missed opportunity.
I think, especially as I don't think they would challenge every year for that kind of position. So, I mean, that's a missed opportunity. And with Brendan Rodgers, it's a funny one, because obviously when he was Liverpool manager, I think the season where we nearly won the league. For me, the reason why we didn't win the league is because there was a lot of games where, for example, he would be 1-0 up. He would continue to play more attacking until the final end of the game. Whereas I think game management has to come into play. So you kind of play to a certain pace, slow down the play, so you sort of like disrupt the opposition's rhythm and the way of playing as well. I feel like his tactics haven't evolved since he's left Liverpool. So there's been a lot of games where they're leading or they're 0-0, but it's just like the push isn't quite there. So I think he is a good manager, but I feel like he does lack those kind of moments. But these are the moments I think that will differentiate a good manager and a top quality manager. And I think he hasn't probably utilised his squad as well as he should have, in my opinion. As you know, I agree. I think Leicester may have sort of surpassed their sort of expectations this year, but I think if you're in there, you just try and go all out and trying to play in those positions because the Premier League will get stronger every year. Like obviously, Liverpool winning now, every team is going to try and invest and try to bring more reinforcements in the next coming months. So it's a missed opportunity, my friend. But you know, there's still 3 games left. You never know what will happen in the next few games. I think they did have the tougher fixtures in comparison to the other challenges, which is probably why I said a few weeks ago that I don't see them holding out, to be honest with you. But if they didn't get top 4, it's still a success, in my opinion. So.
But don't Chelsea have Wolves and Liverpool?
So Chelsea play Liverpool, yeah. I'm not sure if they play Wolves, but I know we play Chelsea as the last fixture.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you played Chelsea as well, actually. I mean, I played Chelsea.
No, we've got Crystal Palace and then Leicester.
So Leicester, obviously, that's sort of like, well, depending on how well you decided, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. So another team that I feel like I've made quite a bit of progress probably before lockdown, but even since the recent, I think they've done well at Southampton. So they've been slightly up and down, but I feel like since they lost 9-0 to Leicester, I think it's just triggered the reaction, and I think they all came together and realised that, you know, we need to sort ourselves out and play a certain way. And I like the way they play football as well. Kind of reminds me of sort of Jurgen Klopp style of play where they press from up top and it's quite high intensity as well. So, you know, they drew against Manchester United, which, you know, you were watching, of course. Sort of dented your sort of chances of getting third place at this stage right now anyway. What did you think of their performance against your team?
Again, it was more frustrating. I can't discredit what they did because at the end of the day, I feel like since the break lockdown, a lot of teams have kind of haven't really been at their best when they played United. No one's really stepped up to the plate when they played us. The Southampton, like you said, it was very high pressing. So, you know, we wasn't being allowed to leave our half of the pitch. Every time we had the ball, 2 or 3 players was around our players. Pogba was getting such a nightmare. Mason Greenwood was getting shut out by Redmond, Bertrand and all of that. And I just think like Ings, this again shows his quality because he's pressing like there's no tomorrow, you know.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there like, are we going to do anything? Or are we literally just going to let them come with this type of play? And I mean, to be fair, it was a result that they deserved, you know, and to go 1-0 up wasn't even a surprise because the way they were playing from the offset, it's like dogs on crack, you know. There was literally just like it was 100 miles per hour. So that was fully deserved. But you're right, since that 9-0 defeat, and thank goodness Southampton are a team that gave him faith. You know, there was patience with him because other clubs have been like, all right, so there, mate. Like, your job here is done, isn't it? But he's shown that maybe next year they can be challenging for those Europa positions because, again, the type of football they play is actually quite good.
Yeah, I agree.
And they got.
I think outside of they're probably the best football.
Yeah.
I think they play with a lot of players. Even the players that they have, I feel like they did add a few more additions, sort of like squad in depth. I think, like you said, I generally think they might be like a surprise package next season if they recruit well. Definitely challenge for the sort of like the Europa League spot, so challenge against sort of like the Leicesters, the Evertons, those sort of teams, and and Wolves as well. So I've been fully impressed with him, and credit to the manager. I think you're right. He could have been sacked straight away. But I think he's always had that philosophy as well. They call him he's from Austria, isn't he? So he's an Austrian club. They used to call him that in Germany when he used to manage Red Bull Leipzig as well. So he's always had that philosophy in him. So it's quite nice to see that he was given a chance to continue his work at the club. But yeah, I I think you're right. I think the point was fully deserved. They probably were nicked, to be honest with you. Yeah, Pogba had a bit of a shocker. I think the 2 goals that they scored, I think his awareness wasn't quite there, especially for the first goal. It was quite a bad touch where left for that run for Redmond to sort of square it for Armstrong. So some interesting news that have developed in the last day or so is Man City's European ban has been overturned. I'm sure you agree, Sid, that it wasn't a surprise to see that news flash up.
No.
Goes to show you can't really trust UEFA in this aspect. Money talks.
100%. That's what it comes down to. Money.
Yeah.
What was the point of implementing such a thing if money is going to be the object to, counteract these issues? And for me, it's too angry, but takes away my team trying to get into the top 4, but I think it's a mockery, and other teams will know that spend a little, throw a bit of money, and then they should be fine. And I think I rate Mourinho because he's the one. I think him and Klopp broke up, isn't it? And it's true. It's a farce.
Yeah, it's a bad day for football. That's what Klopp said today. And even Mourinho said that if they're being fined, they've clearly done something wrong. So it's not like they were found not guilty. They were found guilty, but it's just like a bit of shush money here, keep it quiet, and just let us play competition for next year onwards. So it's a joke. I think this whole financial fair play thing is just a big failure. Teams are coming around to buying players without actually sort of showing or presenting their because I think it's based on how much sales you're making commercially and how much success you have on the pitch, and then that kind of generates the kind of balance you should have for your transfer. But teams are getting around that now. So it all started for me was from Neymar joining PSG, and then they got Mbappe on loan in the same transfer windows. That was for me was just like, this is not going to work. And then for Man City to be back into European company, don't get me wrong, obviously I want the best teams to be in the company, but if you're doing stuff that's unethical in business or in football in general, you should be punished. So yeah, I think it was I'll probably co-sign what Klopp says. It's a bad day for football in my opinion. Guardiola was like, it's a good day. I'm like, obviously you're going to say that, but yeah, I just think it's shocking. I think Gary Neville actually said that a few months ago as well. He was like, more or less predicted what's going to happen. Like, they'll beat the case, probably pay a bit of money, and then they'll just be back in Europe again. So it shows how much that one has with UEFA. It's a joke.
No, I think to be fair, it's one of those things where money talks, and it's not a level playing field. Unfortunately, it never will be. And Guardiola is going to be. This will be another thing for his TV status and clout and all of that. But I just think it's nonsense for me. But we are where we are, and you just got to carry on, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. I think if teams were expecting Man City to lose, and they're like, "Oh, we might get Champions League spot," that's probably the wrong mentality to have in there. So, like I said earlier, money talks, and money makes the world go round. I guess. So, in football, there's no difference whatsoever. So yeah, it's a shame, but that's the world we live in, isn't it? So, to wrap up our episode, just wanted to speak about one transfer. So there hasn't been much. Well, I'm sure you've probably seen lots of rumours, but it's just like nothing really caught my eye. But there was one rumour which was kind of interesting was Real Madrid's striker Luka Jovic. He's been linked to a move to Leicester and Chelsea, 31 million. He had a great season at Frankfurt when he was playing the Bundesliga, and I think that kind of rose him into being one of the most promising strikers in Europe. For me, it was a big step for him to go to Madrid with Benzema still there. So he was never going to be like a first starter, more or less. So what do you think of that transfer? Do you think that would be a good move for the player? And would he be right to come into the Premier League as well? Because it's a completely different league to Bundesliga and La Liga.
I think it's a wrong move altogether. For Leicester to want to spend 31 million on a striker that's played 3 games or whatever it is. I don't know how many games, but clearly something's not going on in his head because he's not being picked. He's had issues off the field as well. And I just think 31 million isn't a lot nowadays. That's peanuts. But he said coming to the Premiership, that's not a straightforward task. You know, probably the toughest league to establish yourself. You know, he's not going to do Bruno Fernandes. You know, it's very rare that you're able to do stuff like that. You know, but you know, it's. Joking. But no, but I just think, look, he's still young, so he's got time on his hands. But they need to loan him out to another like Spanish team just to build up his confidence, or even Italy, for instance. You know, because Italy isn't what it used to be in terms of like defensively. So I think he could prosper. I mean, there is a chance for him to do well, but coming to the Prem, nah, I wouldn't. Leicester could go out for so many other people, I think, and I don't think he would be an obvious target. How about you, though? You don't?
I think it's an interesting one because I think the season that he had at Frankfurt, he looked like a great finisher as well. Real Madrid was, for me, I don't think it was the right move for him. I think he maybe should have joined another team where, because he's quite young, he's only 21, I believe, so joining a club where he will get regular games to keep on him. So if Leicester can offer that to him, the club, I've read that they want Jovic and Vardy to perform partnership, which actually would be quite good.
4-4-2.
I feel, I think quite a bit. So even recently, it's been Vardy and Ilhan Nacho. He said, "Hey, now,
yeah, Nacho.
Nacho." For me, I don't really too much over there. So I think if he was to join a club, it would probably be a team like Leicester, where it can even be, I don't know if it would be a thing where they can get him on loan, with an option to purchase him at the end of the season. I think that would probably be more financial sort of secure kind of deal to do at this stage. I don't think it would be a bad move for him personally, but he needs to move. So either he goes alone somewhere else, or he comes to a Premier League where kind of test his ability as well. If he does well, might get back into the real big part. Until Benzema's there, he's not getting into it.
It's going to be difficult.
No displays Benzema in that role. He's still one of the best strikers in the world.
100%. I think beyond Ramos, he's probably like the most important person.
Yeah, he's been there for such a long time. You know, he's been there since he was quite young, when he joined with Leon. So he's been literally pivotal for all of his success in a number of years. So yeah, it's an interesting one to be fair, but I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more rumours as time goes on. But yeah, that wraps us up for this episode. So thanks for listening, everyone. Please don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Instagram at Football Talk Podcast.